We grow when we give.
We grow when we give.
We grow when we give.
Nosotros crecemos cuando damos.
We grow when we give.
与えるとき成長する。
We grow when we give.
Welcome to R.O.G, Return on Generosity, a podcast celebrating generosity at work. Not financial giving, giving valuable time, alternative perspectives, and genuine collaboration. Welcome to R.O.G, Return on Generosity podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Cassidy. This is episode 200. Yes, 200 episodes. We first went live on October 13th, 2020, and this is airing October 1st, 2024. 4 years of this experiment, passion project, innovation called R.O.G, Return on Generosity. I'm so grateful you're here to celebrate with me. Many have asked, why do you believe generosity is the most essential capability of leadership? Well, let me ask you. Think of the greatest leader you've ever known. It could be a parent, boss, coach, historical figure, friend, whomever. Just think of someone who represents effective, collaborative, and memorable leadership. What is it about them that causes you to reflect on them so fondly? Is it how they listen? Actively and attentively listen without judgment or defensiveness? Is it how they communicate? Open, clear, and fair? Is it their humility? They admit mistakes and always find opportunities for personal growth and accountability. Maybe it's their inclusivity. You appreciate how this person opens the circle and makes sure that there's a seat for everyone. Perhaps the person who comes to your mind is a mentor or a sponsor. They invest their precious time, energy, and relational capital to benefit others. Maybe this person's innovative, creative, inspiring. Perhaps the standout characteristic of the person who comes to your mind is kindness. They greet everyone with respect, open doors, and conduct themselves with dignity and grace. Those are all characteristics of generous leaders. Individuals who choose to give of themselves for the benefit of others are the leaders we amplify on this show. What do I hope you gain from listening to R.O.G? Simply wisdom, inspiration, and hormones. Yes, hormones. Let's start with those. One of my goals is to provide a resource that gives you two of the hormones essential for your happiness and well-being: oxytocin and serotonin. Oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, plays a crucial role in social bonding and trust. This hormone is associated with feelings of friendship, loyalty, and kindness. Lack of oxytocin is a cause of loneliness. It challenges trust and it reduces empathy and connection with others. Boosting oxytocin is possible through touch, like shaking hands, time with friends and family and connections, sharing your feelings, and, you guessed it, acts of kindness and generosity. We can produce oxytocin by giving praise and positive feedback, doing helpful things, and intentionally engaging in acts of human generosity, like giving your time. Time is a non-redeemable commodity. We put a premium on those who give us time and energy. Like a leader who says, "How can I help you?" and actually helps you and sits down with you is a greater leader than someone who sends an email or someone else. Handwritten notes are so wonderful. See episode 70 with Lisa Chang. Why? Because they require an investment of time and energy. Think about the last time you did something for someone without payback. Like, let's say that there's a person from a local shop who's delivering coffee and breakfast for an internal meeting, and they're struggling to carry the items into the lobby security. You open the door for them, you help them get checked in, and then you show them the room that they're going to be delivering the breakfast. The delivery person on the receiving end of your generosity gets a shot of oxytocin. The other people in the lobby who witness this act, they get a burst of oxytocin. And then, of course, you, the person who's helping someone who can never repay them, also feels good. We all feel good. Everyone wins. Our bodies are trying to get us to repeat behavior that's in our best interest. So listening to a podcast about how others approach generous leadership makes all of us feel good. The more oxytocin in our bodies, the more we want. And it boosts our immune system. Happy people live longer, and it will increase our ability to solve problems. The second is serotonin, often called the feel-good hormone. Serotonin is associated with happiness, contentment, and relaxation. It's also been called the leadership hormone because it helps leaders build confidence, self-esteem, and a sense of purpose. One way to increase serotonin is to soak up the sunlight. Another way is to have a gratitude practice. Being grateful and keeping a gratitude journal have been scientifically proven methods of increasing serotonin. Another energizing way to get the feelings of serotonin is when we receive praise and recognition from others. Now, some of you will say, I don't need that. That's for weak and insecure people. Are you sure? Perhaps you have found a way to trick serotonin by lavishing in luxury. There's nothing wrong with wanting the finer things in life, unless it's a counterfeit way for you to experience genuine serotonin. You will never feel the full benefits or meaningfully successful from taking shortcuts to serotonin. We all need praise and recognition. Like both of my children are graduating from college this year. They'll have completed their credit load and will have earned a degree, and the universities can just mail them a degree and call it a day. But instead, we will celebrate. Grandparents will attend the ceremonies, we'll congratulate them on their achievements, we'll show up to the event. We want to hear all the stories. It's important. And when you have serotonin in your veins, you feel more confident and your well-being increases. And with those graduations, selfishly, it's going to give me a boost too. Like when others feel it, you feel it too. And it will give me an opportunity to say, I'm so proud of you, which are words that all of us long to say and to hear. What value does serotonin provide? Serotonin can help leaders feel confident and give them a sense of purpose. Serotonin can help leaders build loyalty and allegiance with their followers. It can help leaders restore their energy after an adrenaline high. And serotonin can also help leaders motivate their followers to excel and grow their influence. So, okay, that was a long why on the hormones. And my intention for R.O.G is to give you wisdom, inspiration, and a regular dose of oxytocin and serotonin. Now for the what. What have we been covering these past 4 years? Well, we have had leaders from companies like ESPN, the Walt Disney Company, Comcast, Comcast Effective, Cognizant, Coca-Cola, Hitachi, Barclays, Cox Communication, NPR, Great Place to Work, Crown Media, Jägermeister, NCTA, the London Stock Exchange, and many others. We have had entrepreneurs, authors like Kim Scott, Bob Berg, and Amy Edmondson, teachers, medical professionals, movie makers, artists, lawyers, scientists. Next week, we have a pastor. We've had Navy SEAL Master Chief, a Top Gun, Olympic gold medalists, Paralympians, and Harry Potter. Leaders from nonprofits have joined me on R.O.G from organizations like Make-A-Wish, Girls Inc., Expectful, Dress for Success, Cradles to Crayons, the WICT Network, and 4-H. Our special series were some of my favorites. They taught me so much about these communities of people, their gifts, struggles, and how we can intentionally celebrate them. Those series include AAPI Voices, Accessible Voices highlighting physical, mental, behavioral, and neurological disabilities, Black Voices, Latino Voices. We also celebrated Veterans, Women's History Month, Pride, the 6 Types of Working Genius, and a book written by yours truly, The 5-Degree Principle, How Small Changes Lead to Big Results. As promised, I recorded many solo episodes for shorter form snippets and recommendations for how to be a generous leader. There are a few dozen of them covering topics like crucial conversations, listening, feedback, emotional intelligence, gratitude, benefit of the doubt, patience, delegation, energy management, habits, and forgiveness. We have had over 30,000 downloads and have been ranked in the top 5% of podcasts worldwide for 4 years running. So yes, a lot to reflect on, digest, and celebrate. I am deeply grateful for the support of our production team from Sheep Jam Productions. Susie Perkowitz believed in the vision for R.O.G. from the start and said, "I will help you." And she did, and she has helped ever since. Ian's skillful production, along with Christy and David, the Bridge Between Ink team who have helped to make R.O.G. possible, includes Nani Shin, Charisse Ellsworth, Jess Clark, and many others. Thank you. I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it, that the only reason why R.O.G. has 200 episodes is you. If this podcast was available and no one listened, it would have vanished and been chalked off as not a very good idea. I would have had either doubt in my ability to share these important messages, or worse, doubt that generosity is the highest form of effective leadership and interesting. You have helped me to gain experience as a podcast host and a deeper, stronger conviction that generosity can and will save the world. One leader at a time, one team at a time, one organization at a time, one country at a time. Goals for R.O.G. going forward. We're going to have guest hosts joining us in the new year. Hosts will include leaders like Susan Jin Davis and Jabari Whitehead. We will have greater presence on YouTube. You shared that you like seeing the videos of the conversations, and we share a small clip each week with our audiogram, but we'll continue to share the video of the full conversation on YouTube whenever possible. We will continue to find generous leaders who will share thoughts and wisdom with us. Please share your recommendations. I will create some shorter form solo episodes periodically. If there are topics that you'd like me to cover, please share in the comment section or DM me. We will keep innovating and finding ways to increase oxytocin and serotonin in organic and meaningful ways. We will keep sharing takeaway tips at the end of each episode to make it easy to synthesize the wisdom that each guest shares. And we will always seek ways to give so we can grow. We must be the change that we want to see. It starts with us. Generosity is a mindset and a leadership practice. Every day, you have the opportunity to practice. Believe in your gifts and power to make a difference. And always remember, you grow when you give. Stay generous, everyone.
Thanks for listening to R.O.G. Return on Generosity podcast. Please help us grow by subscribing and reviewing us on your favorite podcast player. And for more information, visit bridgebetween.com. We grow when we give.
우리는 나누면서 성숙합니다.
We grow when we give.
On rayonne quand on donne.
We grow when we give.